The woman's first act after being reborn was to throw away the firework she had used to call for her husband's help, because in her previous life, she had lit that firework, which ironically brought in the enemy forces, leading to the deaths of the Empress and the Crown Prince. Her husband's beloved concubine was also raped and killed by the enemy. The woman was thus accused of treason and imprisoned in the heavenly prison. To avenge his beloved concubine, the husband called over some enemy prisoners and had the pregnant woman, who was 7 months along, brutally violated and killed. However, the real traitor was actually the beloved concubine. Perhaps heaven felt the woman was wronged, so it gave her a second chance on the day the enemy surrounded the city. At that moment, she was hiding in the cold palace with the Empress and the Crown Prince. This time, the woman decided not to ask her husband for help but to save herself. But the husband arrived at the palace ahead of time, not to rescue his wife, but to save the beloved concubine. He left without looking back, unaware that his wife was behind him with the Empress and the Crown Prince. As he walked directly towards the place where the beloved concubine was hiding, the woman realized that her husband had also been reborn. But just as the husband left, the enemy forces arrived. The palace maid screamed and shouted for help to the general who had just left. But the man thought his wife was staging a scene for him and continued to rush to save the beloved concubine. The woman immediately stopped the maids from calling for help, knowing that her reborn husband would never come back to save them. She encouraged the maids to rely on themselves instead of others. Then she took out her hairpin and fought against the enemies. Seeing this, the maids also started to fight back, but they were just weak women and were quickly knocked down by the fierce enemies. As the enemies approached the Empress and the Crown Prince, the woman bravely threw herself in front of them, taking the fatal blow meant for the Empress. At that crucial moment, the general's assistant arrived in time and quickly killed the enemy forces. Upon discovering the Empress was there, the assistant quickly used the military horn to contact the general, but the man ignored it. The Empress was furious. Just as she spoke, their general walked by with the beloved concubine in his arms. The Empress was extremely angry. The assistant urgently called out to the general, but he ignored him. Seeing this, the beloved concubine pretended to advise the man to go save his wife first, but the man said that his wife's life or death wasn't as important as the beloved concubine's injury. He then left without looking back, holding the beloved concubine. The assistant was worried and didn't know what to do. Just then, the enemies started to set fire to the palace. Seeing this, the woman ordered the assistant to take the Empress and the Crown Prince out first while she stayed behind to protect them. After barely getting the Empress and the Crown Prince out of the hall, the door suddenly got blocked. Seeing this, the woman told the assistant to take the Empress and the Crown Prince away first, while she chose a small alley to escape the enemies. But when she came out of the alley, she met her husband carrying the beloved concubine. Seeing her in such a pitiful state, the man was very confused. His assistant was right next to her, so why was she still in such a bad condition? Before the woman could explain, the beloved concubine spoke first, guessing that the woman must have made the assistant blow the horn on purpose to bring in the enemies, causing the assistant to possibly be sacrificed. The woman was furious upon hearing this, but before she could say anything, the husband slapped her. After saying that, he left without looking back, holding the scheming concubine. He didn't notice the scheming concubine making a signal behind her back. The people he had bought off understood immediately and kicked the woman, causing her to miscarry. The man remained unaware, but upon hearing the woman scream, he finally softened and returned to her side. The woman was completely stunned when she saw this. She looked down and saw a large amount of blood flowing from her body. After suffering both physically and emotionally, she eventually fainted from despair. When she woke up again, she found herself in the Empress's